Hi there, guys. Welcome back to another exciting video. I'm very excited in making this video, guys, because I feel like you can learn or I can teach you something very valuable, right? So what I'm gonna do on this one, as you have seen in on the thumbnail, what this video is going to be all about, right? Because I'll be just going through over some of the analysis and trades that I got and that of which I've made from the previous videos. Do check them out, how they played out, trades that I have missed, and also just to see that sometimes you can do like all your due diligence, but the market just will move in its own way. Some of the trades will be triggered, some won't. That's the nature of the market, right? So if you can notice here in front of me, I have a GBP CAD analysis or trade, right? Which I have analyzed in my second last video before this one, right? And the market had eventually went to where I wanted it to be and even exceeded it. So let's get right into that, right? So first things first, I'm going to start with the screenshot, right? I'm gonna start with the screenshot. So I'm gonna share the screenshot first, which is this one, right? So as you can see, guys, if you look clearly, this is the first screenshot. This is an analysis or a screenshot that I took on the 1st of July, the beginning, at the very beginning of this month. Understand? And this is how it has played out since that day for 17 days straight up. You understand? So I'm going to unpack that, right? And also show you, as you can see on this screenshot on my left, right, of the trade that I took, as I have closed it only today on the 17th day. This is the day I decided to close the GBP CAD trade. So let's get into that. Now we're gonna go back to the chart. Let's go back to the chart, guys. So we're gonna go back to the chart now. Right. So we're back on the chart now. So like I said, we're unpacking how did we get here? You understand what I'm saying? So let me just quickly do that. So never mind the lines, guys, right? For me, my chart start off clean, but I always end the week with all these lines and everything like that. But I'm happy to remove them. You understand? I'm happy to remove them. I'm happy to remove them. That's exactly what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, now let's unpack that. So I'm gonna start over, right? I'm going to start over from the very beginning. So please be patient with me. So, guys, if you remember what I said, right? I did highlight this numerous times, the importance of this level, right? Because as you can see, the market, okay, it was finally broken here, but we're gonna start off there. So if you look closely here, the market rejected off of that level, rejected for the second time, rejected for the third time, rejected for the fifth time. This was supposed to be the fourth time, but the market failed. Now, already this gave me an idea of how important that level is or was. You understand? Hence, when I got here, because I remember even explaining that considering the fact that now we have managed to break it, because it required a lot for GBP to actually be able to break this level. You understand what I'm saying? So it is why I've said that, okay, you know what? Now that we are above, this simply means that we have turned resistant to support level. And obviously, when we are currently now above that level, it simply means that we need to start looking for buying opportunities. And also, that is what came into my mind first. So that was the first clue for me. I understand. And then this candle over there just confirmed what I saw initially. Now that we are on the daily time frame, right? So, like I said, the market is above this level. And so now the second thing I always mention and always have mentioned in my past videos is that when the market is approaching a key level, for example, this one, you need to look at how the market is approaching that particular level. Because if this level we got the first entry from, it is a support level. Now, but the market in terms of its approach, it was corrective. You understand? But if now the market approached to this level impulsively, which is in this manner, it would have broken it. Because look at this, for example, this was a very important key level because it played as a resistance previously. But now the market, because of its impulsive nature, it managed to break it. And hence, now it was no longer relevant to look for sales at this area. But now, if you look over here, we have something very different because the market approached that level correctively. And usually when something like that, the markets turn to a reverse when they approach a level like that. So it is also part of the reason why the market has decided to go to the upside from this level. Now, I also did highlight again the importance of this part over here. Because if you watched the previous video, you would remember that I said now that we have, because this level, you're going to see it on the 4-hour time frame. It's also a very important level. It is why I indicated with that arrow. It is why I indicated with that arrow, because for me, I saw that, okay, we have broken it now. So obviously after that, we're going to get a pullback, which is in that part of nature where I was expecting the market to give us that pullback. Because remember, the market does not move in a linear fashion. By that, I mean it doesn't just go straight up. It has to give you those up and downs in the form of a retracement so that it can reach its destined, destined destination. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. So yeah, guys, that's what happened. So yeah. Now let's just go to the forward time frame. So now that we got here on the 4-hour time frame, everything was already clear for me. You understand? It was very clear for me. Yeah, yeah, you get what I'm saying. So initially the percentage I was targeting was 9%, but I did not put an entry at this point because like I said, guys, if you see, this is a very important level of which you managed to broke it. Well, now sales were no longer relevant. I understand. But this is not the entry that I got. The entry that I got, it was here, but I'm gonna show you on the 1-hour time frame how did that transpire. You understand? So the market had already moved from here up until there, right? So I had no trade from here until there. The trade that I got, it was from this point up until there. I understand what I'm saying? So how did I go on about that? Remember, I said to you guys, if you look at higher highs and higher lows, you would remember that I said to see this low, this previous lower high, did not take out that one. It means it did not break it. Right. And also this one did not break that one. But now what happened on the third lower high, the market went down. It failed to create a new low somewhere here. Instead, it broke the third low. So this simply means that when something like that happens, in a case whereby this low is broken or that one, it simply means that the selling momentum is no longer relevant. That is now where the buyers are turning over the seller's momentum, which is they are breaking it now. Hence, we ended up going to the upside. You understand? Now, you may wonder why I have this line. So what I did here, I had two scenarios that I had in mind. It was either after this candle, we're going to break out, which is, I was expecting a retest here, or just buy initially. So I did two things. I had a trade that was running initially. I also had a buy limit in any case if it would reach that level yet again. And then I held that since the 10th of July up until now. So that means I held this trade for 7 days, so for a week. You understand? Because I've closed it now. So yeah, guys, that is how I went on about GBP CAD. So now we're going to
Surviving is winning, Franklin. Everything else is bullshit. Fairy tales spun by people afraid to look life in the eye. Whatever it takes, kid. Survive.
GBP CHF. So on GBP CHF, we yet again, I'm gonna quickly share the screenshot first so you can see it. So this is this. So this is a screenshot, guys, right? Guys, so on GBP CHF, right? This is the screenshot that I had, okay? So as you can see here, what happened was I saw this impulse move, so this correction. So it was like, okay, for me, you can see, guys, over there, the importance of this support level. So I was like, okay, I had this lower high, lower high. So now we'd fail to create a third lower high. Instead, the market created a new low, went to the upside and broke the second low, which simply meant that to me, according to my understanding of the market, sellers are no longer relevant at this point. So it was a matter of getting that retest today because that was a key level and actually go to the upside, which is what really happened on the chart now, as you can see. So now we're going to unpack that on the actual chart as to how did that go on about happening. So now let's go to the weekly time frame. The weekly is important for me, guys, right? So never mind the lines. I'm gonna try to make you understand, okay? So what happened on GBP Swiss, I understand. So lower, high, 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 low, high, 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 low. So we rejected off of this level. Then the market was going up, going up. So I think we were somewhere around about here. So for me, I think this candle was just enough on its own to say, okay, the market is bullish because we're also coming from a higher low. Maybe it was gonna go up to create a new lower high, a new higher high. If ever it would break at this level, you understand? Now let's go to the daily time frame. Now going on the daily time frame, this is where we were. If you look at what's happening here, you can see, okay, the market is going up, high, low, high, low. So I was expecting the market to go up in order to create new higher highs. You understand what I'm saying? So this is actually what happened. So remember, guys, in higher time frames, it's most likely that you're going to get a retest. You understand? For example, here, we may or we also may not get the retest, but it may not be necessarily that long up until this point. But when this candle closes, which is on, it's on Wednesday now. So if maybe it's gonna go to the downside, it's believe me, it will in a way give us a retest by means of a week or a small candlestick. You understand? So in high time frame, that happens a lot. So that is why you just find me having candles like this and still managing to wait for a retest. But I understand that, okay, that retest is going to happen on all time frames, but because I look at the 4 hour and the 1 hours, for me, it's enough to just go look at the 1 hour and wait for the market to pull back and wait for my entry to be triggered. You understand? So that was the case here. We had this bullish engulfing candle. So my thing was to wait for a retest and have the market continue going to the upside, which is what really happened. Now let's go to the 4 hour time frame, right? So as you can see now, as I have indicated with the arrows, because like I said, this was an impulsive move, so there's a correction. So now I was waiting for a continuation. That is what it means, basically. I was waiting for the continuation of JPCHF. So like I said, it was somewhere around about here. So this is exactly where I put my entry point. And as you can see, guys, nothing has been altered here. It's the way it is since the day I analyzed this chart. Now let's go to the 1 hour time frame so we can see it clearly. So this is the 1 hour time frame, right? I hope you can understand, guys, regardless of how messy this chart is. So as you can see, we're coming from there. So we broke this level. So I would just simply wanted the market to give me a retest at that area. As you can see, this is how it was since the screenshot. So it happened as I've anticipated it. And yeah, as you can see, this is only where I was where I was targeting to close this trade off. But sometimes the higher time frames are the ones that guide me as to how long I should trade, because those candlesticks give me a sense of idea as to where the momentum is at that particular moment. You understand? So yeah, the trade got triggered and then I held. But now on this one, I closed it. So I had like a trailing stop. So I was taken out here. But and I could see at some point, since this area that the market now, it may have reached its breaking point, and as a result it finally reversed, and you would understand why all of that happened, which is it broke this past low, gave us a retest and went to the downside. And also there were GBP news today, so you would understand why the market was pushed this further to the downside. You understand? So if you're still liking and enjoying this video, guys, just please give it a thumbs up, man, and subscribe. And yeah, so now let's move on to the next P. So the next P that I had. So another P that we had, this was if you look so this is a screenshot, right? This is GBP. Unfortunately, I really and genuinely forgot to use a buy limit here, because initially I saw on the previous video that I made that, okay, you know what, this market was going to buy, and I was confident. This is why I first indicated with this blue line. But when I missed this, I no longer paid that much attention to it because I thought it had moved out already. So there was no way it was going to come back here. Now, having moved on, I saw that, okay, we were here. I just did not indicate with lines now, but if you can see, there is some sort of a pattern in F, which we broke out. This is why I indicated with these arrows, because I was waiting for a retest. You understand? And if you can look close, it didn't even happen where I was aiming for it to happen. Instead, it just went down a bit and went to the upside, right? But I'm gonna, again, I did not get this trade. Instead, I got it on Euro NZD, but we're going also to unpack that. Now, let's go to the chart so you can see what happened. Where is GBP NZD? All right, so this is GBP NZD. Right, so this is GBP NZD, guys. Sorry for that. So this is my GBP NZD. Okay. So GBP NZD, like I said, this was my initial point, went to the upside. Okay, miss that because we don't always get the trade. Sometimes you miss a trade by a small margin, and that really hurts, bro. But yeah, let's go to the weekly quickly. So on the weekly time frame, again, there was not much to do here, more than the fact that I had this level, which I indicated with this horizontal line, you understand? And then okay, I saw that the market was showing signs of wanting to go to the upside, because you can see impulse move. So this is a correction. That means I was waiting for a continuation by means of buyers. You understand what I'm saying? So that is how I came about with the fact that the market was going to buy, right? Now, going to the daily time frame. So this is no longer relevant, because guys, we need to eliminate stuff when we have an idea of what the market is going to do. So we were here initially, if you can see closely that blue arrow or line, because the market broke out. So I wanted it to pull back, which is give us a retest, which we did not get it. Instead, it shot up. So that's a missed opportunity. Now, moving forward. The second one that we got, okay, I was like, oh, because I indicated with that rectangle, it means that I was unsure whether to use a array line or that line, because the difference is that you can use a rectangle without these lines, because the rectangle caters for both of these lines. Understand? So now when I came here, what I missed here ended up happening here. Because here we had a bullish engulfing candle similar to this one. I was waiting for the retest. We did not get it here, but I got it here. You understand? And the market did what? Shot to the upside, as per my analysis. So let's just go to the 1 hour because as I usually say, there's not much that I do on the 4 hour time frame. So as you can see, guys, the market was here at the time of my analysis. And then yeah, I got the retest, but we did not get the entry because I forgot. I really forgot about it, to be honest. And yeah, the market went in my favor, guys, as it is still going up. So this was from the 9th of July up until today, the 17th of July, and it's still going strong. So this line, I put it yesterday because I could see the importance of this line. So in as much as going to the upside, I still thought that this market still had a buying momentum in it because some people would have said, nah, we have broken out now. So that means this market is overbought, so it's gonna sell. But it's also these little things that do matter sometimes. You need to be on the lookout for them. So yeah, guys, market went down, went to the upside. But what I think is going to happen here, the reason why it probably still buying is the fact that it wants to form a head and shoulder, a proper one, before it can shoot to the downside. You understand? Now, last one, guys. I don't want to make this video long. Last one, Euro NZD. Yeah. So this was one of my beautiful trades, guys. Not gonna lie to you. If you watched that video, you would understand how I got to this point. So again here, similar to some of the pairs that I analyzed here, I was like, okay, this is the weekly time frame. Our market has broken out of this correction. You understand? And also this level. So you see this candle. Okay, let me do this. You see this candle broke out of this level. So this means that I was no longer looking for sales. Instead, I was waiting for the market to pull back by means of a retest. You understand? So this is exactly what happened. The market went up, retested a bit, and then went to the upside. And that is exactly what I capitalized on the 1 hour time frame, as you can see on the screenshot. So how did I go on about this trade? So this is where I was. When I came here, so never mind this one. I think it's from last week or last month of June. So what I saw here is that, okay, impulse moves, so this was a correction, you understand? And then I saw the likelihood of an emerging inverse head and shoulder, right? Because you can see this was the left shoulder, this was the head. So I was like, oh, okay, the higher time frame is showing me buying sentiment. So the market was still somewhere around about there, which is why I indicated with these lines, because I did not remove anything here. I did not even add at this point. I was like, okay, I want to wait for the last leg, probably at this point, and then this is where I got the entry. But yeah, I closed this one a little bit early. I think somewhere I closed it somewhere around about, yeah. And I was even mad because I closed this one. I also missed its compatriot, which is GBP NZD, because they move, they are similar. They are similar, as you can see, even in terms of how they move. So yeah, guys, this is the last pay that I went over. And you see this Euro NZD pair was one of my best this week since last week, along with the GBP CHF, GBP NZD. But the only sad thing is that I closed a little bit early on your NZD. I held for 17 days straight GBP Swiss and the GBP CAD. Also having odd USD not going my way and many other move. But because I don't want to make this video a little bit long. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed and liked this video. It's a boy Lindokuhle Bambelo. I'll see you guys on the next video.